Okay. Okay. Yes. So our meeting can start off now. And today we decided to have a joint meeting to see how we can be able to share ideas between the Unstoppable Diamonds together with Team Lion Kings. You know, one of our sister teams. We always come together to share ideas to see how best can we help each other grow. Because the bottom line or the goal is to say that every single person that is a distributor, a manager, a senior manager, our goal is to make sure that everyone is able to reach their goal. Everyone is able to achieve whatever pushed them to join this business. You know, that is our goal. So every time we come together as Team Land Kings together with Unstoppable Diamonds to share ideas, I love the collaboration. I love the teamwork, and I can almost guarantee you that together as a team we are going places. I know that we are going to develop very many directors because I see so many new directors being developed, many executive managers, many senior managers, and I know that we are headed and destined for great achievements. So we just returned from our trip in Istanbul in Turkey, and as you can hear, even came back with some very good health results. But I'll be fine because I'm taking quite a number of supplements. You just bear with me for today. And so we just had this amazing experience in Istanbul in Turkey. And you know, while we were there, I remember I told Grace that I think my conclusion is that these lifestyle events are always best when we have as many team members as possible. Because I don't know, I don't even know how best to describe these amazing lifestyle experiences that New Life offers us. They are quite so amazing that just sharing with you pictures and telling you how these experiences were, it alone is not enough. It alone is not enough. The best would actually be that you yourself, you can actually attend these experiences so that you can be able to know. Sorry about that. So the best way is for you guys to work and become world team members so that you can be able to also experience these amazing lifestyles. So that the air travels were quite amazing. Together with a team, we went through Dubai and then we connected to Istanbul in Turkey. And then there was these amazing experiences, amazing welcomes. Of course, I had been through Turkey some time back, but I didn't have a chance to get through the airport, but then to get out of the airport, but this time it was quite different. I believe all of you were actually on our different platforms. You are getting all these amazing pictures and experiences. So and that's why I'm saying that the best way to explain these experiences is when you yourself, you work and you become a world team member to be able to attend these events. They're quite amazing experiences. I love the saying that one of the world team members mentioned some time back that if you haven't started traveling, then you haven't started living. Guys, New Life has been able to put this incentive of the travel and lifestyle. Let's work to become world team members so that we can always travel. It's amazing. It's amazing when you travel and enjoy these experiences. Now we have Mauritius that has been announced. I have been to Mauritius before. Mauritius is one of the best holiday destinations. In fact, let me show you some pictures of Mauritius. Mauritius is one of the best holiday destinations that I have visited. It's one of the best holiday destinations that I will actually always wish that I could actually go back. And thank God that New Life has actually said that next year they are going to be taking us to where? To Mauritius. Guys, you know, I remember so well, I became a world team member in 1 year. Just 1 year like this, I was able to become a world team member. So that is why usually when someone says, is it possible to become a world team member? I know it is very possible. Very, very possible, because it took me exactly 1 year to become a world team member. But of course, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work. And of course, also by the time New Life invests in a lot of money to take you to such kind of destinations, then you're also worth it. Now you can imagine, this is Mauritius, the town. When you arrive Mauritius, that is how, that's Mauritius, the town, and then look at how beautiful it looks. Mauritius is a very, very special island, very, very special island. So that is how the town looks like. But now, when you go inside Mauritius's main economic activity is tourism. People travel from all different corners of the world to simply come to enjoy lifestyle, to come for holiday in Mauritius. Now look at, imagine you wake up at these blue waters. You wake up in such a beautiful place. Honestly, who wouldn't want this kind of lifestyle? Look at these places, honestly. Look at them. Look at these amazing places. So guys, when New Life says, let's work and travel, let's give it our best. Let's give it our best. We have exactly 1 year to work. Yes, you might have missed Istanbul, but you can work, you can strategize, you can be on this plane to this amazing place in Mauritius. You can go for this vacation. And Grace is actually going to share with us the strategy, because it's about building a team. It's about building an organization. It's about helping people to become managers, senior managers, executive, and directors. Grace is going to be sharing with us about the strategies on what we can do and how we can do it, for that we can qualify for these trips. But all I'm saying is that it's possible. All of you were on our platforms. You saw pictures of Istanbul. You saw all these amazing experiences. So it is very, very possible. Very, very possible that we can be able to achieve this. And as your team leaders, we are actually ready and willing to help you, to show you the way how we have done it, to support you, to make sure that you can also do it as well. So allow me to hand over to Grace Gatia. I know I've not been able to share a lot on how we can be able to qualify for this, but I know in the future I'm going to be sharing more. But allow me to welcome Grace Gatia to be able to take us through what she has prepared to us, strategies on how we can become world team members and how we can be able to qualify for these trips. So Grace, if you can hear me, please, you can take it on from here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Justus. And I am very, very excited this evening. And for sure, you have jump-started us very, very well. And I am excited to see all of us on the call, the 38 members that are here. And I want to say good evening and good evening from Uganda. Good evening from Kenya. And I must first congratulate you for taking up the chance to join this session today, because it just shows that you're hungry to learn how you can go to the next level. You're hungry to learn how you can build your business and actually go to Mauritius. And for the sake of those who are meeting me for the first time, I am very excited. My name's Grace Ngatia. I am a mother, I am married, and I'm a business builder. And just shortly, to just tell you a little bit about myself, I started this business 15 years ago, very, very low, very humbly. If you would really want to know how humbly, it just means that I could not even join a Zoom session because I did not have a phone. I could not even afford $1. I joined when I had lots of debts, including house debts. I could not feed myself. By then, we only had one child, and it was also impossible to feed her. And I thank God because a total stranger met me somewhere, and she wasn't talking to me. She was talking to a group of other colleagues, and she was telling her about a business that she does part-time to earn additional income. And that should tell you something. What do you talk to your friends about? Are you excitedly sharing about this opportunity when you meet people? Do you talk to people about extra additional income? And I overheard that conversation and I asked that lady, can I also learn how the business is done? She invited me to a meeting, and the rest is history, because after I listened to the business opportunity meeting, for me, with my poverty level, God helped me have a different mindset, because the people who presented on that day were not poor people. They were very rich. They were people who mattered in our country, because some of them were members of parliament. If most of you know Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, even in Uganda, I'm sure you know him because you know Lupita Nyong'o. Those are the kind of people that presented on that day. And my mind raced and asked myself, if the rich are here doing a business that they are saying they are making an extra 100,000 Kenya shillings, or I would put like maybe $1,000, who am I who does not have food to ignore this opportunity? And that alone motivated me to start the business. And I remember they said, in the next 2 to 5 years, your life will not be the same. And for me, I said, I've been in poverty all my life. So even if I'm going to stay in this opportunity for 10 years, 15 years, trying to make an extra 10,000, 20,000 shillings, I am ready to stick in the business. And that is how I borrowed the money and I started. And I want to tell you, every time I went to meeting, they talked about traveling. Grace was there. I never thought I can travel. One, I did not have a passport. Two, I never thought I can even travel. Why? When you come from the poor background of the poor village, you do not think you can travel because even your husband is from the same status. So both of you don't have a passport. Your family has no lineage of someone who is abroad. So you have never thought in your mind that you can travel and go somewhere. So the question was always, I will go outside the country to do what? With who? I mean, there was no way Grace could have seen herself on a plane going somewhere, leave alone a holiday. But they kept on saying that this can happen to you. As you keep on building the business, you can go. And I remember they said, this year we are going to London. They came from London and they said, guess what? We are going to Cancun, Mexico. I'm just still in the business. And they said, guess what? This time we are going to South Africa. Guess what? This time we are going to Mauritius. Every year they had a story of where next. And I remember they kept on saying, one day, if you keep building your business, this can happen. And I want to encourage every distributor on this call. It does not matter where you are. I also want to give you the same assurance. One day, you are going to be on that plane with us, celebrating. And that one day is not very far. It is next year to go to Mauritius. I believe you can, because I have had the privilege to travel. I have been to Cape Town twice. I've been to Durban. I've been to Sun City. I've been to Hong Kong, China. And as you saw in the photos, so excitedly, I am just coming from Turkey. You know, now these are stories I'm giving you, just like one day somebody was giving me, but I believed in myself. So one of the things that I want you to know today, because I might not really give you the details like what Muhunza has said, and you guys, we took you through Turkey through your WhatsApp groups. I have met a lot of my distributors and they were telling me, do you know my phone was just shutting? And I would just open the bundles and the photos would just come streaming. And that was the intention. So that as we are there physically, we want you to feel, You know, I could imagine if you're there and you have taken your breakfast, maybe a chapati and black tea or milk, and now then you would see Grace with a whole haul of breakfast. I actually don't know where to start. You take breakfast for 2 hours and you imagine yourself that the same thing can happen to you, because there was nothing that I did different. It's just the things we are going to talk to you. And we had the privilege to meet with people who had done this business for a very long time. We had the privilege of also meeting with people who have done the business in a short time and they have been able to experience a lot of success. And of course, when we are there, we exchange a lot of notes, we exchange a lot of information. You meet somebody and you believe, yes, true, we haven't started. And the message for us today with Justus is that Africa, we have not started. We have not even started doing this business. And my first tip for us to go to Mauritius, including myself and Justus, is I would encourage all of us today to forget the past. And the past is how you came feeling in this business tonight. How you are feeling an hour ago. Maybe you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling discouraged, you've just talked to some 2 people and they have discouraged you. I want you to charge yourself. I want you to motivate yourself and say, today I am starting, I am brand new. Today I am excited. Today I am going to look at the future with the believability that anything is possible. With the believability that there's some positive expectancy of me being on that plane going to Mauritius. And that's the best thing I want us to promise ourselves as Team Lions and Unstoppable Diamonds. That you're actually going to forget that I have had some success before. I'm also talking to myself. I want to forget that I've just come from Turkey and say that I'm brand new. I'm starting afresh. I want to build this business and go to Mauritius. And you see, there's a challenge all the time. We went to Mauritius. And Kendra, the CEO, decided a whole year, you have empowered so many people, we want to share part of our profit. One of our president team member and our mentor in both Unstoppable and Team Lion, Zubeda Kichawele, came back with $7,500 US dollars. I mean, that's $1 million shilling. She did not expect that money, but we were there clapping for her. And you know what? I had a different feeling. Yes, I was in Turkey, just the same way you had a feeling you are left in Uganda and in Kenya, and Grace is in Turkey. You are feeling challenged. Now, Grace was being challenged when I was in Turkey, that how come I never came back with money and somebody came back with money? And you saw the many checks we posted on the groups. And that is why we decided that for us to go to Mauritius, we must change our mindset. We must change our attitude. We must forget about the past. Success, whether it is a past failure, I know you have been there, you have sponsored people. I know you are there, you have sold so many PVs, but guess what? That is past because you got paid. And now we are starting to build a business so that we can afford to go to Mauritius. And maybe not just go to Mauritius, but go to Mauritius and come back with money. And that's why we are saying the first thing is change our mindset. And changing our believing that, I want to tell you, I met young people from Togo, have money to join. We borrowed money to join. Communicating was also a problem, but they could tell us, we just talk to people and show them the possibility that this company is real. And 1 year, 2 years, here we are. This is our first trip. We were there with people who have never gone to school. We were there with people who are sponsored, but their people left them. And then they were taken, they just continued attending training because they realized the business is not for their sponsor, the business is theirs. And they say, the person who sponsored me quit. But I said, I am not going to quit because the person who brought me has quit. I must find out what this business is all about. And they hooked themselves to the training. They got themselves mentors, and we were with them in those places. It's so amazing to only again tell you this evening, there was nothing new that Congo people are doing, Togo, Mozambique, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya. We are all doing one thing, the 4 daily successful habits. There was nothing new. It's just the believability. Some people believe in themselves more than others. Some people are caring for their team more than others. Some people are doing extra work than others. So I realized for us, the 2 teams to go to Mauritius, after we decide we are starting brand new and we get excited about the future, we must be ready to pay the cost. You must be ready to sacrifice. You must be ready to spend your time, to spend your little money, to get from your comfort zone. I mean, you must spend some energy. You must sleep less hours, just a bit. You must go extra. There's that word, extra mile. And let me tell you, it's very amazing because I realize why Zubeda, my mentor, is taking home a lot of money more than anybody probably else. And she also went home with a lot of money. You see, you have to always want to meet your mentor. Just like most of you want to meet Justus, want to meet Dennis, want to meet Grace. I know we are waiting to meet all of you, and maybe we have your gifts, maybe a chocolate here and there. The same way when I went to Tanzania, I landed and I told Zubeda, you must give me 1 hour. You must tell me what I must go back to do more in my country, because she is our mentor with Justus. And you guys cannot believe me. I did not see Zubeda from Thursday, Friday. We went for dinner. We are just passing by, doing photos. It's not that she doesn't want to see me. No, she has a line of people. Every single day, Zubeda was sleeping almost 3 in the morning. And the last day, so that we come and travel, I told my husband, I have to see Zubeda, come what may. And every time I called her room, I'm being told, no, she hasn't come. I went to look for her in the restaurant. Guess what time it was? It was at 12:30. In fact, my husband asked me, yani tumepark, you are going to look for Zubeda? Nikamwambia, yes, because there is no way I am waking up tomorrow to leave back to my country and I haven't seen her. And when I went to see her in a restaurant, I found her surrounded by 4 distributors. They are not just distributors, they are president team members and world team members, a Sapphire and a Ruby. It's 12:30. Of course, good manners dictates you cannot join her meeting. So I sat beside, and they continue doing their planning, they are talking. Zubeda called me at 1:30. I was feeling sleepy. I think at a point I was dozing. I think at a point I felt like I want to just put my hand and doze and then she can wake me up. But I'm there, I'm asking myself, this one is a president team member. Below her, she has a president team member. And she's not even dozing. She has all the money. And even in Turkey, she's going back with 1 million shillings, Kenya shillings. And she's here mentoring her team, loving her team, telling her team the way even next year, even them, they must make more money than her. And at 1:30, I think she just felt mercy on me. She said, Gracie, dadangu, Joe, come. We mentor you, all of us here. We give you some few tips, and then you can go to sleep, because as we have not finished and we are not just about, we might actually leave here at 3 in the morning. So when I'm talking about sacrificing, can you see how some people sacrifice excessively? I mean, we are in Turkey for a holiday, but instead of her holidaying and sleeping in a beautiful bed, and When we go to Turkey, we are also treated differently. The room I slept is not the kind of room Zubeda slept. She's a president team member. So of course her bed was bigger, bumpy, a lot of nice things, but she's there not even going for that enjoying. She's busy. Now hawa watu wako now, they are not Ugandans or other people, they are Tanzanians, but they are there strategizing. It's a holiday. And guess you me, I got in my room at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I told my husband, you won't believe me. Yani, I'm waking you up, but I have left Zubeda, not yet leaving the restaurant. So when I'm talking about, you must be ready to pay the cost. You must be ready to sacrifice. You must be ready to put extra energy. You must have what we call labor pains. That's what we were challenged in Turkey. We must have, when you have labor pains as a woman, you are going to expect something. And we are so excited because when the labor pain comes, they are not easy. It is painful. But guess what? In just a few, you celebrate when you hold the bundle of joy. So this year, as we are going to build, as you're going to sacrifice your time, your energy, your credit to sit with your people, mentor them, to go and do very many meetings, let me tell you guys, we are going to celebrate success. The other thing I already said, Africa is a sleeping giant. Tanzania is a sleeping giant. Zubeda said they haven't started yet. Kenya, we are sleeping. It is a sleeping giant. We haven't scratched yet. Yes, we have done, but we can do better. There's a lot of potential in Uganda. We haven't started. So as we are going out, starting tonight, I want you to go with the believability that we haven't started talking to people. People do not know Neolife. And I want to tell you it's true, people don't know Neolife. I put my status, and some people up to today, they are asking me, what is that Neolife? And I thought everybody in Kenya know Neolife. And people are still asking me, I've been checking your status. I want that organization. What is it all about? What do you do? Can I meet you? And we're already putting Neolife Turkey Istanbul. They don't even know they can Google Neolife and try to find out what this company is all about. So let us not be lied that people know us. They do not. And another thing, people need us. The economy is bad. It is coming down. Everybody is crying. But you must watch your attitude and your mindset. Are you going to join the wagon of people saying things are tough? Of people saying it's difficult, people don't have money? Let me tell you, whatever you talk, you attract. Whatever your mind think, that is what you become. And that's what the good book says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So as you go out, when you're in Uganda, you're in Kenya, are you going with the attitude that I'll talk to people, but I don't know if they have money to join? I'll talk to people, but I don't know if they can buy my products. You have started on a wrong footing. You must have faith. Even if you're having little faith as a mustard seed, that faith must be a little bit stronger. You must be a little bit abnormal. You must believe that people have the money. Don't get into people's pocket. That's what Rico Brown keeps reminding me. And I believed it. In our country, Kenya, everybody is saying things are tough. I took an Uber today going to see a client, and the Uber guy kept saying, nowadays people don't do shopping. You only have one unga, sugar has gone high. Nowadays people don't have money. We don't even stock things in the fridge. Things are very bad. You can't even anybody having 20,000. And the guy was so negative because he had put a channel in the radio that was just politicking. And I said, I don't even want to talk to this guy as a prospect. But for me, I was going for a presentation and then later come for a lunchtime presentation. And guess what? We sponsored 3 people paying cash for Vitality. Those are people who had been invited after they listened to the presentation, and we told people how many people want to pay. It's 10,000. 3 people paid 10,000 cash. There is no way they can pay 10,000 and they are left with a zero balance in the M-Pesa. So it's just about attitude. It's just about what do you think. So I am saying that you need to change your mindset, your attitude, and focus about the future. You must be the person who preaches positiveness. There is goodness. There is hope. It doesn't matter. Borrow money to join Neolife. in 1 year, you'll be going to Mauritius. And people will go and borrow money. Just like Grace, I borrowed money. My world was not good 15 years ago. I didn't have food. I could not have paid. I had not paid rent for 8 months. I did not have a phone, not just the Kabambe phone. I never had a phone. But the stranger said, borrow money, 2 to 5 years, your life will change. And today here is Grace from Turkey. I drive my own car. I don't live in a slum anymore. So don't you think that lady gave me hope by encouraging me to borrow money, even when my situation dictated she should not push me to borrow money? After all, you're borrowing money from who? I mean, you already have rent arrears. You should even borrow money to have a phone. You should borrow money to eat. But she's telling me, no, borrow money to come. I teach you a business that will save your clan and other people in the next generation. Now that is what Neolife Opportunity has for us. Charlie Bolton, our 5-diamond director who took home 25 million, says there is no better income plan like we have in Neolife. Neolife will pay us until you are left opening your mouth. So what am I saying? This year, as you work your business, focus. Don't look for sideshows. Don't look for this company. Don't keep jumping. Don't be distracted by people telling you, because you're talking to people and they are not coming, come to this company. We don't sponsor people. That's a lie. Those are distracted. Keep the focus. And when you keep the focus, you're not going to miss getting to the next level and getting nearer to getting to Mauritius. The other thing is you need to have a vision. You need to have a dream. I want to challenge and encourage everyone tonight on this call. By the end of tonight, get to your Google a photo of Mauritius, get a magazine, nowadays the CBC, you are being told, get Mauritius photo. Place it somewhere in a bedroom or sitting room where every day you wake up and you rise up, you see Mauritius. Maybe you can take an aeroplane, put it somewhere in a dream chart, in a vision board, get a nice photo of Mauritius 2024. Maybe every single day you can be watching that video for Mauritius. Just attract it. Just look at it. Get excited every single day. Watch that video. You know what it does? It gives you the excitement. It gives you the believability that you can do it. Are we together? So have that. Just take that photo for Mauritius. Put it there. It doesn't matter you are manager. Do it. Doesn't matter you are starting the business today. Have that photo of Mauritius. And keep looking at it every single day. The last point, do what is right and not what is easy. No shortcuts in building this business. So what are we going to do? We are going to build wide and we are going to build deep. Get those 2 words, very important. Build wide and build deep. What does that mean? You and me are going to go out there and do personal sponsoring. And we challenge ourselves to go and do personal sponsoring between 4 and 10. Remember, we said we must be extra. Why my upline Zubeda, my mentor Zubeda is doing better is that for me, maybe I sleep at 10, she sleeps at 4. And I've realized this is a trend this lady has. Because even when I went to Tanzania, I wanted to see her. She never saw me. And she told me, Grace, go to your restaurant. I will come and see you. Guess what? She came to my restaurant at 1 p.m. I was dead asleep. My phone, I think, didn't go through. So she tells me the following day, I came to your restaurant looking for you at 1 p.m. And I couldn't get you, so I just drove and went home. So at 1, she had come from seeing some distributors. I'm not saying that maybe that's all what we should do, but we are saying, look at the extra thing that Zubeda does. And she's my mentor. So maybe I just sleep at 8, I sleep at 9, and I'm expecting things to happen. Probably they will not happen as fast as hers are happening. So we are saying that we need to do extra. I know we talk about sponsoring 2, sponsoring 3, but we are challenging ourselves Can we go out and sponsor 4 to 10 personally? Then after you sponsor 4 to 10, you must build deep. Deep means you must care for these people. You must love these people. You must teach them what you know. And what do you know? You know how to use the products. You know how to share the products. So you are selling some products. You are making some profits. That's why everybody on the call, I believe you do 100 points and you're working on doing 250 points. So duplicate 100 points, duplicate 250 points, duplicate the sales of the products. Because unless we move the products, we have no business. Because we get our money through movement of products. So we cannot just go sponsoring. No, we are sponsoring people so that they can move the products through using and through getting some customers. So out of these 4 to 10, don't just sponsor and leave them. You must spend time with them. And that's what Zubeda is doing. She's not alone with her customer. She's there with her downlines, with her success line, teaching them what she knows. Downloading what she knows. And she was telling her, unajua, this one is a mheshimiwa. She's a member of parliament. I don't get her. She has no time unless we do the meetings at night. And that mheshimiwa is there in Turkey. It's not the parliament of Tanzania that has brought her in Turkey. No, it is in your life. So if we go out and do that, we focus on personal sponsoring and we do 4 to 6, and then you help these 4 to 10 people, you help them to sponsor. That is what we call depth. You are helping them. And let me tell you the power of depth. I learned, and through Charlie, he said, he has a 3 Ruby director in his team. He's not a first level, but he has sponsored somebody, he's a 5th level. So unless you help people to sponsor and sponsor and sponsor and sponsor, we might miss the mark of network marketing. I was being told another one is 13 levels down. So they sponsored Grace, Grace sponsored another person sponsored another sponsored another sponsored another, and then on the 13th person, there's a president team member. So the business is not going to end by just you sponsoring one and helping that one person. No, you must go sponsoring and building a tap root. If you do not understand a tap root, go to your Google again. I want you to Google a flower. Look at what a flower looks like and look at how a taproot looks like. We are not building flowers. A flower is when I just sponsor 10 and I come here, you clap for me, I've sponsored 10, and next month I sponsor another 10, and within a year, 10 times 12, I've sponsored 120 people personally. But a taproot is somebody, a new distributor, Joseph, will come in and sponsor 10 people and spend time teaching the 10 people to sponsor each 10. And they are going to be 100 people. So actually, the person, you all have done a lot of work, but the person who is going to have a business that is going to take her to Mauritius is Joseph. Because you need to become a director first. So on this call, your focus is to become a director. And then the next focus is to create 1 or 2 directors. Out of the 10 people that you're going to have, identify 2 people who are runners and help them to become a director. A director is somebody who does 4,000 points with their team. And if you do that, guess what? We are going to be on that plane going to Mauritius. I know we can all do it. Do not miss trainings because we will be training almost every single week on these basics that you need to do so that you can gear to learning how to develop wide and deep so that we do not miss to all go to Mauritius. And because my mentor is here tonight, our mentor, me and Justus, she hasn't asked me, but how do I close the meeting without asking her to say hi to us? Zubeda Kichawele is a great lady. She is a president team member, and not just a president team member. She has developed a president team member under her. That's the power of what I'm talking about. You are earning 800,000. I don't know how much is in Uganda shillings, but you're also helping somebody to earn 800,000 Kenya shillings. She creates directors almost every month. She has a lot of Sapphire directors. Guess how many people she had brought along in Turkey? 20 distributors. 20 people she has personally sponsored, or she has helped them to be sponsored in the network. Either maybe not her, maybe she helped someone quit and then she brought someone, but she had 20 people that were surrounding her that are in her organization. Can you imagine the joy that she had? And that's why Justat is saying, we said, the best way to go to Mauritius is not me as Grace to go with my husband alone. I would want to go with my 2, 3, 5, 10 distributors. The same case to Justice. And that is why we have devoted that we are going to go out of our way. We support you. If you're there and you're ready to work, we are ready to help you out. And you can see our teacher is here. If she had 20 distributors with her, why not us making it? Because she's the one mentoring us. So walk together with us, and I know we are going to make it together. So without wasting much time, for the 10 minutes that are remaining, I am privileged and very excited to welcome our president team member, Zubeda Kichawele. I have just ambushed her, so I don't know where she is, but I know, Zubeda, you love our team as Team Lion and Unstoppable Diamond. So tafadhali karibu sana, tell us something, and I know maybe just as you will be able, jaribu kuongea Kizungu, Kiswahili, so that all of us can be able to understand. Karibu sana, Zubeda.
Okay, Grace. Hi, team, Grace, Justice, and other members. I'm Zubeda Kichawele. I'm just on the way from office to home. I'm in the car, so I can't even put on my video. But what is Grace has, I have nothing to add more than keep on keeping on. You just do a lot of sponsoring, at least 3 people in a month, and sit down and develop those people so that you become director and identify leaders. You can even identify 3, 4, 5 A players in your team. Make sure you develop them to become directors so that you have a network of directors. I remember Rico is always saying, if you have directors, you have a network. If you don't have directors, you are not yet have a network. So make sure you develop directors, a lot of directors, and I'm not saying even a lot of directors, but a director, but develop a very strong and qualifying director. You are going to have a very strong team, and we are going to get the money Grace was talking about. I have nothing to say, just saying have a good evening, and just keep on keeping on. Believe in yourself. I know everyone can do it. If I can do it, I know you can do it better. Karibuni sana.
Wow. Thank you so much, our mentor, Zubeda. You know, people with results, they always don't have a lot to say. They just tell you, just go and sponsor and develop directors. So if there is any message, we have had a very, very good meeting, but my take home is just go sponsor and develop directors. I think that has been driven home. Thank you so much, Grace, for sharing with us. Thank you so much, Zubeda, for closing our meeting. It's an honor to really have you on this platform. And to those of us that have logged in, the distributors and above, let's go ahead and do work. I can guarantee you that there are some people that are not yet in Neolife that are going to join Neolife, and they can actually appear in Mauritius. It's not the first time it is happening. I have seen it happen so many times. I know it's possible. I know we can do it. Let's just go sponsor and develop directors. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening.